I had been contacted just in my capacity as a legal aid lawyer. I had been contacted by some of the residents who had just gotten notice that their park was going to be closed so that the developer could build conventional condominiums on the site. That was a bit of a disaster since, at the time there were virtually no alternative sites for people to put their homes on, even if the homes were in fact mobile, which in many cases they weren't due to age or condition. So it was really the equivalent of being in the eye of a hurricane that was large enough to wipe out the whole park. And so I agreed to come and speak to the tenants or to the residents I think we were at a local church. And I still have this very, very vivid memory of standing up on the pulpit and talking to them, about what their rights were. And that was a pretty short conversation because they had very little. They were really in a totally powerless position. And, you should, I think for those of us who care about bringing a measure of fairness to this world, that, you can never let an opportunity like that go to waste. And we were able to, again, just by residents getting up and telling their true story, we were able to fairly easily get the legislature to agree that nobody should have to be confronted with a disaster like that with only 60 to 90 days to deal with it. And so, although, they certainly didn't give us the whole ball of wax, but they agreed to extend the time to a year and a half notice so that people, could try to, to cope with it in a constructive way. The bigger item in the legislative package was the law that we were able to pass that requires that whenever a park owner puts a park up for sale, that the tenants be informed of the essential terms of the proposed sale and given an opportunity to negotiate, given that they have a right to negotiate for the purchase of that park. And that is what has been the major factor in the happy situation we find ourselves in today, that over 100 parks have been turned into resident-owned communities.